Was scripted? Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And it's complete. The tight end, Deion Sims. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Stafford on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
After the interception, here's Jackson sliding out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to let this one go into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll run with Elliott. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Hey, 22!
Stafford on third down. He finds his target, Fuller. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Hey, tag 50 left.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now Thompson. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that is incomplete here. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Escaping the pressure right, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They snap it to Stafford. Flush to his right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it, and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Rolling to his right. Going deep here for Allen. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Jackson. And he's into the clear. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. What a season he continues to have defensively. Now a dozen interceptions this year, Charles.
And let's face it, we've watched a lot of ball. But when you get 12 in 1 year, that's better than most careers, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you might be asking for a bump in pay, too.
No doubt about it. Running right in there and talking to the team.
21.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Detroit! Detroit!
Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Gone! 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 Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gone! 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 Gone!
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. And from down in Miami, an update. It's the Dolphins that have grabbed the early lead over the Jets. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Allen. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson brought in left side by Snead. Finding room to the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, here's Jackson, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And that is no good. He pulled it just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The final shot before the break, Stafford. And Green with a catch left side. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And an alley to run. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Attack 50 left.
From the 50, it's Stafford. And he's got Fitzgerald. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Play action. Stafford. Amaro's got it. Left side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. He sets up the screen to Jones. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. He's going to get it running right. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Again, a run with Thompson. And an alley to run. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll it out right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Flushed out right. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rim.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kevin Minter, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Here we go. Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And we're back now in Charlotte.
Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
And now Jackson will look to throw it, eluding the pressure right. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Panthers will get the football back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And tough going there, as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded at the 7. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They'll run again now with Darquan. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Touchdown, Carolina! Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Sturgis adds the PAT, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Bucs now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. To throw is Jackson. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Throwing is Jackson, sliding out of the pocket. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Miles Jack in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Carolina. Ezekiel Elliott, 70 yards, and the Panthers add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks and the speed.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Throwing here, Stafford. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Will Fuller, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Leopard! Back Leopard! Philly, here we go!
Play action. It's Jackson. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Leopard! Leopard!
One last shot for Jackson. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.